that it's precisely because Christ suffered, we are comforted. Because Christ came and bore our sin and bore the suffering that our sin deserved, that's where our comfort is found. This is Jesus, as we everywhere have talked about, the great high priest, as it says in Hebrews 2, verse 18, the one who has felt all of our sorrows, all of our infirmities, so that he is able to suffer as one to have, as we could say, as one who has been there. He's been in tribulation. He's been pressed beyond all measure, and therefore he is able to comfort us when we too are in tribulation and pressed beyond all measure. This is Jesus, the suffering Savior, the one who was not comforted, so that we, his children, could be comforted. You notice that? That the comfort of the gospel is precisely because Jesus wasn't comforted in his hour of suffering. Jesus felt the full brunt of the wrath of the law for your sin, and he was not comforted, which is why he declares that horrible, miserable cry from the cross, my God, why do you forsake me?" Because in his suffering, he was not comforted. Why? So that you and I might be. So that you and I could be comforted in our tribulation, because he wasn't. The full effects of sin were poured out on him, and he was abandoned so that we would never be abandoned by the Father. He felt the Father's wrath so that we might be built up and find the Father's grace. This is the comfort of the gospel. It's a mercy that is derived out of that glorious truth that we hold dear, the gospel of substitution. Jesus taking our place. He suffered and felt all of the pressing measures of sin and was not comforted. So that we in our lives, when we feel all the pressing measures of this life, are reminded of this God who comes and comforts us in all our tribulation. The mercy of comfort comes because the Son was not comforted.